You know something, Glenn? You are absolutely right. Now, this is a fairly cheap t-shirt. I'm not sure exactly what country it comes from, but I will bet you the last penny that I have that any number of slave workers have been, working on this t-shirt to get it up to the quality that it has now. Working on this t-shirt and thousands upon thousands of others like it for pennies an hour. And that is exploitation, and I don't want to be part of an industry that has such goings on. Honestly, these anti-porn feminists really piss me off sometimes, and they are such hypocrites. You know, every single issue, every single thing they bring up that that they use to condemn the sex industry, whether it be that it exploits women, or that it encourages illegal trafficking of people, or that it's harmful to, partake in such material. Every single issue, every single argument that they use can be turned around and used against every single other industry that has ever existed or still does exist on this planet. But they don't seem to have a problem with those, do they? No, they sure as hell don't make videos about them. They just make videos about the sex industry, especially to do with pornography and prostitution. Now, this leads me to believe that they have more of an issue with sex itself rather than the sex industry. As I said, every single other industry has these problems in terms of exploitation and corruption. Yet they don't make videos about them, they just make videos about the sex industry. And the only difference between the sex industry and every single other industry is, you've guessed it, the sex. So, my logical conclusion is that they have more of a problem, it's more of a problem they have with the sex rather than the industry itself. Now, I don't know if they know this, but actually the vast majority of people that are illegally trafficked actually don't go towards sex work. Most people that are forced into such things go into places like factories, farms, and private residences as servants and things like that. Now, that's not to say that the illegal workers that are forced into sex are any better or worse off. No, they're all exactly the same. Forced exploitation of any sort is bad, and we need to try and crush that completely as much as we can. We want the choice. If people have the choice to go into these industries, and they should have the right to, and if anybody's forced to do anything against their will, then that is bad, regardless of whether it's for sex or for any other thing. Any sort of forced work is wrong, and we should try and fight that. But banning pornography or severely regulating it or keeping prostitution illegal is not the way to go. That's just going to drive it deeper underground, and it's just going to make it worse for the people involved, and it's going to make it worse for the people who choose to partake in such things. Now, I may not want to partake in prostitution myself, but I think that if someone wants to choose to go into it, then they should have the right to, and it should be well regulated, it should be taxed, and the women should be kept as safe as possible. But that's just my opinion. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I feel rather liberated at this point. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm about to pop off to the shops. Oh, hello, Reverend.